Hi everyone, my name is Roy Bennett, and this is the Excavator, a 3D action-adventure game played from a top-down perspective. Appearing much like our traditional top-down spaceship shooter, the Excavator has you take control of a spacecraft. However, unlike most top-down shooters, your spacecraft is a mining vessel that does not come equipped with any weapons. Instead, players must skillfully maneuver their ship to dodge enemy attacks. Whenever the player is hit, their shields will decrease, leaving them more vulnerable. Shields recharge while the player is not taking damage, but if the player loses all their shields and health, their ship explodes and the level restarts. Without weapons, players instead must use their mining vessel as a weapon. Their ship comes with a boosting ability that dashes them in any direction they are facing. Using their boost toward an enemy, players can dash through and destroy them instantly. For every enemy destroyed, the player's boost chain bar increases. Chaining enemies together quickly can fill the boost chain bar, unlocking one of the player's special abilities. The boost chain bar decreases over time if enemies aren't destroyed, which encourages players to stay on the attack, maneuvering themselves strategically to destroy enemies effectively. Once the boost chain bar is full, it will lock in place, allowing the player to choose when and where to use their special ability. Some special abilities available to the player is invulnerability, which prevents players from taking any damage for a short period of time. The shockwave ability unleashes a devastating explosion that destroys all the enemies on the screen to clear the area if surrounded. The electronic discharge ability temporarily grants the power to zap and explode nearby enemies, giving the player the opportunity to clear a path if they are in a hurry. These abilities create tense but satisfying moments for the player by having to avoid enemy fire, use their boost, destroy enemies, and build their boost chain bar to unleash one of these special abilities. Players must choose which one of these three abilities to load out with at the beginning of each mission. If the player wishes to change their ability with another, they must restart the current mission and choose their loadout again. Players can also retrieve common collectibles throughout each level that replenish their ship's health or immediately restore their shields. Hidden in secret areas are the more rarely found collectibles that can instantly max out the player's boost chain bar. The story of the Excavator begins in a space mining colony that has become overrun by mercenaries. The plot unfolds when your ship is contacted by a military official who has been trying to regain control over the colony. They request your assistance by assigning you missions. Developing within a 4-month time constraint will limit the amount of content, levels, and enemy types available. Having at least 2 enemy types and 3 solid missions will be enough to at least demo the product and see how it's received by players. Development will mostly be focused on the player experience and the moments that occur throughout each mission. Missions are essentially game levels that set the overall pacing of the game. Early missions introduce players to the game with simple tasks such as overriding security doors and clearing areas of enemies. As the player progresses, missions become to include optional stealth infiltration and solving more complex puzzles to advance further in the game. Some puzzles require the player to disable constructs in a specific order using their boost ability, which will unlock or disarm security systems, granting them access to collectibles and additional story elements for the player to explore. Stealth presents more choices for the player to either avoid enemies in some areas or to face them head-on. Should the player get discovered during a stealth mission or fail a puzzle, more enemies will be dispatched onto their location. Overall, the player's goal is to survive, while completing all their objectives and carefully navigating through each level that only someone with a small mining ship can get through. The Excavator shares similarities to games like Dogos with its 3D environments, top-down camera perspective, and the ability to fly freely in any direction. However, the Excavator brings in different mechanics that introduces new types of gameplay challenges and experiences for players who are still fans of this genre. Camera movement and fine-tuned player controls are extremely important for this style of gameplay. Movement needs to be fluid, and players must receive immediate feedback from these controls in order to react quickly. This can easily make or break the gameplay experience if not executed well. With proper time management and a lot of testing, I believe our development team can rise to these challenges. With dedication, we can deliver this unique, fresh take on traditional top-down shooters and potentially reinvent a genre. I hope you enjoyed learning more about the Excavator and that someday we can share it together as a playable experience.